Go.
Hello, in this video, I'll be essentially trying to be an anthropology guide and discuss the comparison between Bitcoin and the Yepes rhinestone. And I have my computer here to go through my notes and make sure I stay on track. Now, first of all, what is anthropology? Anthropology is basically the study of humans, our behaviors, our culture, and our societies. One key idea in anthropology is that people organize themselves in many ways, not just obviously the traditional Western society like in the U.S. The U.S. cultural anthropology is basically a branch that focuses on culture, which let's see. It focuses on culture, and it basically it leans on beliefs, practices, and behaviors and values. And economic anthropology is another important component that looks at how different societies um, they basically value production, exchanging, and how they value goods and services, which leads us to the concept of money. Now, where is Yap? Yap is on an island in the Federated States of Micronesia, which is located in the western Pacific Ocean. And Micronesia is actually known for its rich culture, and it's historically relied on the rhinestones. And what are rhinestones? They're these huge discs made from limestone, and they can be up to 12 feet tall and weigh up to tons. Now, it's not obviously something you can carry with you for everyday spending. It's something that they usually use for marriages, inheritance, stuff like that. Um, One key thing to know about rhinestones is their value also goes based off their history, and basically, if it's been brought from one country to another, the value basically goes up. Now, how are rhinestones like Bitcoin? It may sound funny, obviously, to compare something that's physical to something that's cryptocurrency, but they both have decentralized systems. There's no central bank or authority. Um, uh, Consensus has to determine the ownership. So basically, if a rhinestone changes hands, if everyone in the community knows, then that's basically how they determine their ownership. And then with Bitcoin, there's a blockchain. Basically, there's always a ledger of keeping track of who's transferring Bitcoin from one user to another. And then there's a limited supply to both. Bitcoin is obviously capped out at 21 million coins, and rhinestones are produced in limited quantities due to challenges of creating and transporting them. And then there's security from public knowledge. All Bitcoin transactions, like I said before, are in a blockchain, and it's all in transcripts and whatnot. Like everybody can see where a Bitcoin came from, and where it's going. Now, so while Bitcoin is, like I said, a cryptocurrency, and Yep is, or the rhinestones are physical. Both are very similar in principles, and they're both decentralized, and they're both community based value. Now, why does this matter? Whether it's a dollar or a digital coin or a giant stone, the value comes from a collective agreement that the item is worth something. Now, looking at the UP system, we can challenge our assumptions and see that money is tied to trust, memory, and cultural significance, and not just a physical currency.